Hey guys, Angus here, going to be talking to you today from out of frame because we do have a airsoft review of a smaller weapon. It's a pistol, and let me tell you, it is a very high quality pistol that can withstand all types of weather. We'll get into that story a little bit later. This is not my gun. This is a Tokyo Marui 1911 A1 with a bunch of trades on the slide. This belongs to my buddy Noah over at Moorestown Airsoft. There'll be an annotation up here. Go subscribe to his channel. I got a hold of it in the story, which I'll tell you later, and I'm going to go ahead and review it because I only have it for one more day. Figured I'd go ahead and put this up. So, without further ado, let's get into the review of the Tokyo Marui 1911 A1 Airsoft Gas Blowback Pistol. Let's go ahead and get into the actual review here. Like I said, I don't have any of the packaging or boxes. It isn't my gun. But in replace of that, I'm going to tell you a little bit interesting story that may actually make you want to buy this gun if you're somebody who plays in all weather conditions and you want a tough, durable weapon, because this pistol is it. Now, when we always used to play at my private airsoft field, the farm out there, I got the whole setup out there. You know, Noah played with this, and one day he accidentally lost it and fell out of his holster, and that field out there expands over 30 acres, so I told him I'd look for it. And I did look for it over the course of 4 months. Now, over that time, we had quite a few feet of snow on the ground, covering everything up, rain, extreme temperatures, all that. And one day, just, maybe 2 weeks ago, walking out there, and I look on the ground and I see this. And now it was right out in the open, so of course it was going to be buried in snow, exposed to the elements. And I picked it up and I said, wait a minute, this is actual gas blowback 1911. It took me a while to decipher whose it was, but first thing I did is go home and test it, and after being exposed to those elements under the snow, it still worked. It still operated. The magazine, of course, is, basically done, considering all the mechanical pieces in there exposed to wetness and snow and all that. It's going to get destroyed, so just need a new magazine. Otherwise, the gun works, and to prove I'm not bluffing, I'm going to go ahead and gas it up here. Like I said, the magazine really doesn't hold gas. Leaking right now, so get on with this. As you can see, like I said, the magazine doesn't hold any gas at all, but it still operates. It's still capable of shooting. I took it apart. Internals look fine on it, so it still works, which is amazing. So if you're someone who wants a quality piece, it's durable. This pistol withstood 4 months of pure weather, elements, snow, rain, in the dead of winter. This pistol survived it, so it's a quality pistol. That's what you get with Tokyo Marui. Now, price-wise, this is where a couple people are going to be turned off and look away from the review. This will cost you like $170, $200, which is Tokyo Marui. It's quality. It's going to cost you money. It's more so for collectors or airsoft extremists. This is the system that the Tokyo Marui uses. That's the system that the other pistols like KGW, that's the system they use. It's a clone of Tokyo Marui systems. So this is a quality piece. This is what all your gas pistols are cloned off of. And it's honestly a very, very nice pistol. You guys know me, I'm not a fan of 1911s. This feels really nice. Construction-wise, it's made in Japan. It basically has to be plastic. So this is, the slide is plastic. Your lower frame is plastic. Your grips are plastic. And the metal pieces on the gun are the hammer, your internals here, your slide lock, I believe your safety as well. Kind of a bummer there that most of the gun is constructed of plastic, but it's Tokyo Marui. That's basically what you're going to get with Tokyo Marui due to the fact of the regulations in where it's made. But still, it's a quality piece. It can definitely stand up to some of those metal slided pistols, and it's really nice feeling in your hands because it's made of plastic. It's a lot lighter, and it's very slim, easy to hold. This is one of the 1911s I actually like, so this is a nice pistol. Alright, now magazine-wise, of course, towels inside the grip of your pistol. In order to eject it, on the left side of the gun, you're going to have your magazine ejection button located just behind the trigger guard. Push it in, and your magazine will slide out. If you pull on it a little bit, the magazine might just be a little rough. As you can see, it looks in pretty bad condition for being under the weather all that time. But this is your magazine. Your magazine is constructed of metal, of course, so it can hold the gas. Your magazine will hold approximately 15 to 20 rounds. I've seen sites that say that it holds 25, but as far as I know, 1911 magazines usually hold 16, 20 rounds in there. And in a pistol, you're typically using at least .2 or higher. I'd recommend .25 or higher for the best accuracy. It's your standard gas pistol. You do have to hold the spring down. There's nothing to hold it down for you. Launch it up. Be careful to cover up the lip of your magazine so your BBs don't fly out. Like I said, magazine is constructed of metal. On the back, you have your gas release button. You push this to release all your gas. And on the bottom, you do your gas fill on the bottom. I believe Noah uses propane and gets a good performance out of this gun. I just had a little leftover green gas that I wanted to get rid of. That's why I put it in here. Like I said, your magazine, when it's exposed to all that weather, it's naturally not going to work just because it's a mechanical piece, the gas pistol, and the magazine is exposed to all that cold is it's going to, be destroyed. So this gun needs a new magazine. I imagine the magazine your gun will come with, as long as you don't expose it to the weather like this one has. I imagine it'll work fine, and I imagine this gun's compatible with other 1911 magazines. Just don't leave it out in the snow, and your magazine shouldn't have any problems. Typical 1911 magazine, 16, 20 rounds. In order to put it back in, slide it in like so till you hear the click. Now, another magazine issue. This 1911, I remember Noah told me all the time it had feeding issues. Wouldn't feed correctly, so this might be something with this gun, or it might be something with all the Tokyo Marui 1911s. I'm not totally sure. Like I said, this isn't my pistol. I'm not sure the extent of the feeding problems, but occasionally, apparently, it wouldn't cycle the BB in. So that just may be something with this gun. Just watch out for that. The pistol, of course, does have iron sights. Again, these are mounted on top of the slide, therefore they are plastic. Just have your standard rear and front sight. You got your rear one, like I always do. I call it the pyramid sight. 2 blocks with a slit in the middle. Slit lines up with the front sight post, which is your front sight. Again, constructed of plastic. These are decent to the gun. Pretty sure you can't put a scope up here, of course. So you're stuck with your iron sights, and these are decently accurate to the gun as long as you're using the proper BB weight and your hop-up is adjusted. Alright, now another unique feature of this 1911, I'm trying to angle it into the light as best I can. These trades are very, very faded on this specific pistol. As you can see, this is riddled with scratches. I imagine this pistol is very, very old or just made to look that way. But on the left side of the slide, you have all the 1911 patent dates up here, all the different dates, and on the opposite side of the slide, located right here, it says Tokyo Marui, made in Japan, and just in front of that you have United States 1911 A1. So not only is this pistol made by Tokyo Marui, very nice quality, it also is complete with a bunch of trades on here. If you're someone who wants the trades, you got all your patent dates right on the side for the US 1911. Alright, now as with most gas blowback pistols, this pistol of course does feature a working slide lock. What this does is it allows your slide to lock back. It's a realistic feature, and also lets you know when you're out of BBs in that magazine and you need to switch mags. Now in order to activate the slide lock, of course your slide is to come back without any BBs inside the magazine. Since it doesn't have any gas in it, we'll just go ahead and cock it back like so to simulate the slide coming back. As you'll see, it'll lock considering there's no BBs inside the magazine, and in order to release the slide lock, you have to push your metal slide release located just above the trigger guard, like so, and your slide will rocket forward. But if you were to cock it back again, it would just lock like so due to the fact there's still no BBs in it. So slide lock is a very nice, realistic feature, and it also lets you know when you're out of BBs in the field and you need to switch magazines. Alright, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this kind of brief overview of the Tokyo Marui 1911. I really haven't had enough experiences with it to be able to do a full-scale review of it. Like I said, it's a quality piece. Tokyo Marui, it's what the other pistols are basically cloned off of for their systems, and it's a very nice quality piece. The price may be a little steep. Most people are kind of going to be turned off by that, but this is for collectors, airsoft extremists, and just people who want Tokyo Marui quality in their loadout. Working slide lock, of course. Knock it down with a slide release. You got your 15 to 20 round magazine in there. Like I said, this magazine is shot, and the gun did have some feeding problems originally with the magazine, so not sure if that's something that's standard with all the Tokyo Marui 1911s. You got your nice trades on the slide. All the patent dates on the 1911 also on the side. Tokyo Marui US 1911. Slides constructed of plastic. You get a mostly plastic construction since it's being constructed in Japan with the regulations, and you know, you do get your couple metal pieces here, hammer, safety, slide release, all that different stuff. So, you know, mainly a plastic construction might be a turn off to a couple. And otherwise, besides that, I really can't see anything wrong with it. I'm not a big 1911 fan, and this is honestly one 1911 I really like a lot, mainly the fact that it's very, very slim. I'm sure that's something with most 1911s, I've never really felt that until I picked up this one. Despite the plastic construction, it still feels very nice, and I'd highly recommend this if you're a collector, wants something nice to put in their collection box, and just take a look at sometimes, and even take it out of the field occasionally, because from what I've seen with Noah using this, it's a really nice performing pistol, and the fact that it's durable, it withstood 4 months of snow, rain, and ice. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the review. This has been Deathcore Airsoft's review of the Tokyo Marui 1911 A1 gas blowback pistol. Thanks for watching.